I identify as low income.
Low income student, also as a first generation college student.
Low income and first generation.
Low income, first generation.
Low income student.
I think from the time that I was 12 years old, there was a huge emphasis on going to college and the social significance of it, how that meant possibly transcending maybe a social class.
Coming to college for me meant being the first in my family in terms of being like an inspiration for them.
It really meant essentially doing everything the opposite of what everyone else was doing. Of my street, I was the only one that graduated high school.
Being the first person in my family to go to college, my parents were super proud. So I think that was also something that was very important to me.
It was at a time period in Sri Lanka where there was a lot of civil war and terrorism. So for me, coming to college was also a life-saving kind of move.
Coming here, I thought that being exposed to different types of people would be good for me and that I would thrive in that environment, but I felt myself being very uncomfortable and very shut down by what I viewed as homogenous.
I grew up in a very homogenous place, so everyone was a first generation low income student. I didn't think of it as being something that would affect me. I didn't think of it as something that was different from anyone else.
I was always aware of the situation, but my parents worked so hard to support me and my siblings and our family that the handout or the pity me because I don't have any money, I felt like acknowledging it would have taken me even a step outside of what I was trying to accomplish, which was to totally immerse myself and fit in.
A lot of the things that you do in the first few months, that's how you form your friend groups. Because I couldn't really afford to do a lot of the activities, I think I missed out on a lot of bonding experiences.
Northwestern really wants to help like low-income, first-generation students, students from different backgrounds. They're trying to diversify the school, but unfortunately the resources aren't readily available for students. It's like a puzzle trying to like figure it out.
People just don't understand that being a low income student or being a first generation student or being a person of color affects you on a daily basis.
We were very, very poor, especially when I was younger. My dad left when I was quite young. Having an understanding of some of the things that my mom had to get through to provide for me and my brother, especially in the workforce as a woman with kids, it made me a feminist.
A lot of things that really upset me, I knew that they needed to be changed, so that's why I just wanted to take charge and get them done. And making sure we were combating all these systemic things that were kind of, holding back a lot of low-income students and first-generation students.
It's time consuming, it's exhausting, that's gonna be the reality. But there are so many people here that are going through the same things that can easily help you.
You need to find other students that are similar to you or offices that are there for you, such as the Student Enrichment Services or MSA or the Dean of Students Office or my office, the Vice President's office. But we're here to engage you, to enrich your experience, and to support you through this time.
The way that I've had to navigate Northwestern has given me insight into how strong I can be. It's given me insight into what I'm capable of. And it's kind of helped me rebuild my confidence over the years that has been crushed by certain experiences that I've had here.
Every indication is I shouldn't be where I am today. It was the love and caring and generosity of a whole host of people. I feel an awesome responsibility to do what I can to move the needle on a lot of these issues.
At the end of the day, you're just another student getting their bachelor's from Northwestern. There's nothing that's setting you apart in a way that's going to be detrimental to you in the long run.
Whenever I feel like something's impossible or something was just so difficult or I didn't understand or I didn't know what I was going to do, I'd always thought back, all the things my parents have to do, all the things my friends are doing right now. I'm going to be able to do things that my parents unfortunately weren't able to do. And that's going to pass on to not just me, but to future generations.
The great resilience that I see in the students that are first generation, that are low income, I want them to remember that about themselves.
When you come to a place that's different, what's tempting is to run away from who you are. My advice is don't do that because that is what defines you.
College is your own journey. Your diploma is going to say your name, not anyone else's.